What's up everybody, welcome back. Today's video is all about watches, specifically the watches that I have that are the same ones that Elvis wore. So starting right off, this is a 1950s Lord Elgin watch. Elvis wore this watch in 1957. There's some photos of him wearing it in 1960 as well. Next is the watch that I'm most proud of all the watches in this collection. This is a 1950s Omega Constellation. There's photos of Elvis wearing this watch while he's in the army. It's a super cool piece. And I mean, just look at that thing. That's beautiful. You can't get any better than that. Next, we've got two different Hamilton Ventura watches. Elvis owned several of these. He owned some in gold, but with a gold stretch band. And he also wore this silver one with the black face and the black band in blue Hawaii. It's a super cool watch. Elvis liked it enough that he bought several of them over the years and wore them quite often in the early 60s. Probably get more compliments on when I'm wearing one of these than I do any other watch that I've ever worn. Super cool stuff. You could still buy these today. They quite often do reproductions of the 1960s design, and they've also made other ones. Hamilton Venturas, check them out. Over here, now, I never do this. I try not to do this. Well, I do it with guitars pretty often. But this right here is a Rolex Submariner, but it's not at the exact same time. This is a very close, quite remarkable actually, Chinese fake Rolex Submariner. If I were to buy a Rolex, which I wouldn't at this point in my life, but I'd probably buy like a 1908. The Submariner is not one of my favorite watches, but Elvis liked it and he wore it in the movie Girls, which is hilarious because he's playing this poor fisherman who can't afford a place to live, and he lives on a boat and his boat's about to get taken away, and apparently he can't afford a place to live, but he can afford two Rolex Submariners. They didn't think that through very well, but nonetheless, it's a pretty cool watch. This is actually a really convincing fake. It actually faked out the guy who sized the watch for me. So, I mean, for 90 bucks, considering a Rolex Submariner is over 10 grand, I mean, you can't really beat that. I'm gonna get another one and put a suede band on it, so I have both from Girls. And last but not least, in 1969, Elvis was wearing a Corin Buckingham, which are very rare watches. Elvis's himself, his own watch, sold, I think, for 18 grand. A regular Corin Buckingham, not owned by Elvis, will run you just about 18 grand. So very rare watch. I've never been able to find one, nor can I just go ahead and spend 20 grand on a watch. I found a Rakita, which is a mid-century Russian watch brand. I found this one on eBay, and it's a cool watch, and it looks pretty darn close. It just needs a gold face on it, but I mean, that's pretty darn close. I'm gonna show you a picture of Elvis wearing the watch, and you'll be fooled. That's all for me. I'll catch y'all next time.